through the sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Hi everyone! Happy Wednesday, halfway through the week already. How is everyone's day today? Mine has been good, pretty productive. Did all the laundry this morning. Scheduled a job interview for tomorrow, which is amazing, at my favorite restaurant here in Souk. So yay for that. Hopefully that goes well. And other than that, just caught up on some computer work. And that's about it. Looked after the garden a little bit too. Sprinkled some more broken eggshells over top of the soil. And just made sure there was no like other pests getting into the other stuff. So that's about it, guys. Been pretty chill today. But productive. Had a coffee. Feeling all right. Okay, so menu for today is inspired by Anthony Bourdain. R.I.P. man. Cannot believe you left us so soon. So I'm going to make a recipe out of his book. And his cookbook is called Appetites. It goes through just a bunch of like basic dishes that a lot of people enjoy eating. So if I go through the contents here, he goes over breakfast, healthy, like athletic foods to eat, salad, soup, sandwiches, party, pasta, fish and seafood, birds, meat, side dishes, dessert, and stocks, sauces, and dressings. So he goes over a lot of stuff in this book, and he does it in his own way. Obviously, if you know Anthony Bourdain, you kind of know his style of cooking. He does what he wants, and he doesn't care what anyone else thinks, which is exactly what the rest of us should do every day. So I know it says it is a wild boar sugo in the book. I don't have access to wild boar here. The local butcher shop that I use does not have access to wild game like that. They don't even carry bison because it's too expensive. So I'm going to do pork instead. I picked up, I think, 3 or 4 bone-in pork butt steaks, and they're super inexpensive. So that's what we're going to use to braise instead. And we're going to leave the bones in as the sauce is being made, and hopefully that will flavor it as well. And then for our vegetable side dish, roasted asparagus and tomatoes with balsamic glaze and basil. So very simple stuff today, but the pasta and the sugo do take quite a bit of time to prepare. So our timeline, the sugo and the pasta will take close to 3 hours to make together. And the sugo, which means sauce to Italians, there is no specific recipe or origin of sugo, so it just means sauce, some type of sauce that you can put with pasta. This has to be slow cooked on the stove for as long as possible and until the meat is tender, so typically around 2.5 to 3 hours. To make the pasta, we do 20 minutes of mixing and kneading. Scat! Oh my goodness. 2 months in a row already. What a great way to start the stream. You are the first one in here to say anything. Thank you, Scat. Yay! Well, your name is going to go into the draw for this apron. And I just brought the other one out to show off for you guys. So here's the other one, exactly like what I'm wearing. Awesome quality. So yay, Scat. And thank you for the continued support. I hope your day is well. Okay, back to the sugo, or sorry, the pasta. So 20 minutes of mixing and kneading the dough. We have a Sammy walking in.
Party time, bitches!
Holy. Just dropping everything. He has come with the wine. Oh my god, you got the biggest bottle. Ah! You are wild. So I was like, Sammy, can you please pick up 2 cheaper wines to cook with? Comes in with these bottles. Perfect. Thanks, dear. We'll be good for a bit.
Should be. Wait, $38.
$38 for both of those?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Massive. Okay, so after we knead the pasta dough until it is nice and smooth, we have to let it rest for half an hour before we start working with it. That way the flour can absorb all the water and the gluten will start to be formed. After that, we have to start rolling it out using one of these little guys. Either like a gnocchi or some kind of pasta roller. This was $5, so very, very inexpensive. And if I can find it here, I'm sure you guys can find it anywhere. What? Scat? Thank you. How do you share rewards? Thanks for the 200 biddies. That is super cool. And then after we roll out the pasta, it has to air dry for an hour before we even cook it. And then it only boils for around 8 minutes. So typical dried pasta time. And then we will toss it with the sauce later on when everything's ready. So that, obviously the pasta will be cooked later on in the stream, like right before we plan to serve it. But you can cook it ahead and leave it out at room temp for up to an hour, let's say. Just cover it in oil so it doesn't stick together. And then the roasted asparagus and the tomatoes will take 20 minutes to prep and cook together. Very, very simple. So ingredients today. Not a lot of ingredients. This is one of the main reasons I love Italian food so much. Is that everything is so simple, and then most of the time the ingredients kind of just speak for themselves. So for our pasta, we need semolina flour or durum semolina flour. So most people, when they see this in the store, think it's like some kind of cornmeal. Because it's like little granules instead of actually being a smooth flour, like all-purpose flour. So that's what we're going to use for our pasta today. I have never worked with semolina flour making handmade pasta, so this is going to be new for me. I've only made fresh egg pastas before, but I know Mia was talking about being scared to make homemade pastas now because she is leaning towards veganism, which is fine by me. But in this way, all you need is the semolina flour and water. There are no eggs involved in this pasta, so this is one that you can try, Mies. And I think you could easily do it. Like, it seems pretty simple to make with this little tool. And during history and fun facts today, we're gonna do a video together that I found that is so, so awesome. And it's gonna teach us how to make the pasta today. I thought that would be really fun and an interactive thing to do on stream before we start. Other ingredients, obviously we need asparagus and cherry tomatoes for our veg. And then for the sauce, I'm also going to be throwing in this really nice house-made salami from the butcher. It's called spaghetti salami. And this is most similar to like a spicy soppressata, like an Italian salami. Yay, Starbell! Thanks for the 5 biddies. I'm happy you're excited because I am like really pumped to do this. Making pasta is one of my favorite things. And then I'll be using 2 cans of tomatoes for the sauce. Mine are diced in juice. And then we need an onion, some garlic cloves. I picked some fresh herbs before stream, so thyme and rosemary, which will go really nice with the pork. And then we will use some of the white wine in this sauce as well. And I believe that's it. That is it. So Anthony's original recipe does not use any tomatoes in his sugo, but when I've made sugo before, I've always put tomatoes and I love the flavor of that. So I'm gonna make his recipe my own, which I tend to do anyways with any recipe that I make, just because it's fun to do. Sorry, the door is just open here. I'm just gonna close it. Okie dokes. Okay, that is all for ingredients. So not a lot of ingredients, which I am excited about. So our order of prep, we'll start the sugo first, brown our meat, then the onion, garlic, and herbs. And then we'll add the wine to the pan to deglaze, as well as the canned tomatoes. Then we'll chop our salami and add the pork back into the sauce, and then bring it up to a simmer and braise that on the stovetop for as long as possible until the end of the stream. And then at the end of the stream, we should be able to take the bones out of the pork and just kind of pull the pork into the sauce. Really, really delicious. And after we got the sugo going on the stovetop, we'll make our pasta dough. And then we have to let it rest half an hour, like I said earlier, which is when we will prep the asparagus and the tomatoes for roasting. Yeah, I'm glad you're learning, Scat. I mean, I'm going to learn a lot of stuff today, too. I have never worked with semolina flour. I've always been kind of, like, weary about it because it just seems like it would be tough to work with. But after watching this video earlier today that we're going to watch together, I feel a lot better. So after our asparagus and tomato is prepped, then we can just set it aside. It doesn't need to be refrigerated again. We can start rolling our pasta and let it dry. And then near the end of the stream, we'll roast the asparagus. It should only take around 15 minutes to roast it with the tomatoes. So we'll do that around 5 or 5:30, just depending on how our timings are. I don't have to drag the stream out to 6 today, so let's try and do it as fast as possible and see how long it takes us. And also at the end of the stream, we'll boil up our pasta and then toss it with the sauce. Plate and grate our mountain of Parmesan cheese and taste everything. That is it. So let's do some fun facts first. It's a pretty good video. So when I post this link in chat, no one start watching the video until I say go. And then we can all watch it together. I will put the sound on my end if you guys want to just mute yours. Maybe that will be the easiest thing. But first, let's go over what this pasta is. So Malloreddus. I have never made this pasta before. I'm just going to turn this over here for a sec. But I did find a really, really good article explaining what it is. So Malloreddus is also called gnocchetti sardi, or little Sardinian gnocchi. So this dish comes from Sardinia in Italy. And it's a very typical pasta from there. And there are different opinions on the origins of the name. The word Malloreddu comes from the Latin malollus and means morsel or little bits. However, according to Wikipedia, the term Malloreddu is a diminutive of Malloru, which in Sardinian dialect means bull. Interesting, like B-U-L-L, bull as in the animal. It's also called Sardinian gnocchi because of the shape, as they really look like tiny potato gnocchi, but are in fact made of durum wheat semolina flour, water, and salt. So only 3 ingredients to make the pasta. Very, very simple. Hey Steve, how are you? So homemade Malloreddus may have a pinch of ground saffron in the dough, which gives them a slightly yellow color. And to get the characteristic shape, Sardinians traditionally hand rolled the pieces of dough on a round reed basket, which you guys will see in the video when we watch it. But nowadays, most people use a small wooden board that looks like a gnocchi board. Ta-da! This guy right here. And it has these little ridges in it, so that goes into the pasta. And then those ridges help to hold in all the sauce. The Sardinian gnocchi have always been the most prepared traditional dish in Sardinia for special occasions. And apparently there was a tradition that a bride would bring a basket of homemade Malloreddus to the house of her new husband, and they would eat the saffron-infused pasta together from a shared plate. Cute. I like it. And that's it for the Malloreddus history. Hopefully you kind of understand it more. It's a beautiful day and that makes you happy. Yes, so we had rain overnight and this morning, and then it cleared up, I think around 10:30, and the sun has been out ever since. It's so nice out again. So one day of rain and chilly weather, and now we get beautiful weather again. Okay, I'm posting the YouTube link in chat. Oh. So you guys open it up. Tell me when it's opened and then I'll start it. Pasta grannies. This video is really, really good, so we will watch it until almost the end, I think. Just say yeah when you're ready. Just say yeah. Okay, scat's ready. Let's do this.
Welcome to Pasta Grannies in Sardinia.
Let's go.
Anna Manai is showing us how to make Malloreddus.
Allora, mi chiamo Anna.
Can you
e
hear it
prepariamo
okay?
un Malloreddus. A posto.
She's so cute, eh?
Un po' d'acqua calda.
She uses local semolina flour and warm water to make a stiff dough, and then kneads it for a good 20 minutes.
Questa è la prima
20 minutes.
lavorazione.
This is going to be a workout today. But look at the difference.
Anna says it's important the dough is left to relax for at least 30 minutes, so she made another batch earlier. Then she rolls out a rope of pasta and breaks off hazelnut-sized pieces.
There's the basket.
Anna uses a special basket with a reed base to roll the pieces of pasta.
Like, look
This
how easy
creates
that
the
looks.
ridged, curved shape of
I think we can
Malloreddus.
easily do it.
Her friend Paola prefers a modern wood board to make her Malloreddus.
So there's what I'm going to
In
use.
Ghilarza, Malloreddus are small and don't include the saffron in the dough.
We're not putting
But
saffron
they both
in
agree
today.
the Malloreddus should be dried on the huge linen-covered basket trays. It was
It's
such
so
fun
cool.
I had to have a go.
Let's see how this lady does. The non-Italian.
Ecco, aiuto, ecco, bravissima.
My first Malloreddus.
Aiuta, a posto. A posto.
Mine are bigger than yours, though. It's not a good thing.
Classic case.
Ecco, a posto.
These are fun. That's fantastic. Grazie mille. I want to do one more.
Grazie mille.
For the sugo, Anna fries diced pork and then stirs
she's
in
making a
roughly chopped
sugo
onion,
too.
parsley and thyme.
Mettiamo gli aromi.
The sun-dried tomatoes are a typically Sardinian addition.
have
Anna
some.
adds fresh bay
We're
and
gonna put
basil.
it in.
Senza tagliare.
She says you should always add whole basil leaves, as cutting spoils the flavour. She likes a mixture of passata and chopped tomatoes, as the Malloreddus holds the sauce better.
Qualche pezzettino di pomodoro che si trova in mezzo a Sor Malloreddus.
Okay.
To assemble the dish, Anna boils the pasta in salted water.
Oh god. Dropped it in the pot.
They take around 5 minutes to cook, but she tests for doneness.
Eats one, eats two. It's good.
She ladles over the sugo and finishes with grated pecorino and more fresh basil.
Yum.
Il piatto è pronto.
Malloreddus con sugo di maiale. It's delicious.
That's it.
Click on the subscribe button.
No. Well, yes, if you want to. Why not? Let's do it. Pasta Grannies. Subscribe to their channel if you so desire. Now we know what we're gonna do though, so that's great. Okay, let's start the sugo. Yeah, throw it against the wall to see if it's ready. I remember when Sammy did that at work when we first started working together. I was like, what is this guy doing? Okay, so the first thing we have to do is just brown off our pork. So I'm just gonna get a plate to put it onto. Afterwards, we're gonna make it in that big green pot on the stove. The sauce pot, and I think everything will fit. You haven't pictured how to make it like that? I'm glad you guys learned something, because I loved that video. I was like, I need to play this for us today. Hey Steampunk, how are you? Seems so easy, hey? Oh my god. Twaddle mean. Why do? Okay, let's open up our pork. Keep it in the butcher's wrap. And we'll season it up before we cook it. Or maybe I'll put it onto the plate. Let's do this. These look so good. So there's like a nice amount of fat still in it, and then there's the bone here. So I thought that would cook up really, really nice in the sugo. I know I'm kind of sad I didn't get boar, because I really, really like boar. But maybe I'll be able to find it some other time. This one looks really good. Good marbling in there. And these were so cheap. Like, what did I pay? For almost 3 pounds, it cost $11. Like, that is nothing. Such a good price. Just washing up my hands. Now that is some meat. Hello, delivery. How are you? Bone in for the win. It's so true. And thanks for the follow, delivery. Welcome into the channel. It's always good to get new people in here. So we're just doing simple salt and pepper, but before we do that, I am going to turn on this burner here so that the pot can heat up while we season the meat. I'm gonna start with like a medium temperature, and we're just gonna put a little bit of vegetable oil in here to help sear it up. Just enough to coat. The pork is pretty fatty, so we don't need too much. Did I look for any local game for this dish? No. I mean, I wanted it fresh. I know I could have gotten like some frozen stuff, but I don't know how long that stuff like sits in the freezer at the same time. So I don't think it would be worth it. Like, it would change the flavor anyways. So this pork I thought was just as good of an option. The only thing with boar, like the difference is it just tastes a little bit more gamey and earthy. But that's why I decided to purchase the salami as well and add that like little bit of aged kind of flavor. So this is my version of Anthony's sugo. Good morning, Liz. How are you? How you doing? And Optrix, welcome in, everyone. We are just starting to cook or do some cooking processes. Pull a spoon from your pocket. That reminds me when I was traveling in Thailand, I had a designated gelato spoon. Because some days I would stop like 3 times to get gelato throughout the day. So I just like kept the same spoon all the time in my pocket so I was ready whenever it looked good. You have a lot of notes to type, but you're streaming, so screw work. Yay, Liz. We'll just open up 2 tabs. You'll be good to go, or 2 windows. Okay, so that's seasoned up. Just simple salt and pepper. That's all we need. And then, I don't know if you guys remember the last time we made the balsamic glaze, so I just took it out of the fridge so it can kind of soften up. We can use it later on. We might have to put it into Chef Mike, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Titanium spork for the win. Oh my goodness. Liz, 2,070 bones. Yes, girl. I still didn't set up roulette. Don't hate me. Okay, and actually, before this starts to smoke, I'm just gonna quickly run to the bathroom. I had a coffee. I'm sorry. It got me hyped up. And I'm here. Let's turn this guy back up. And then we should start prepping our onions and the garlic as well. Hey, Shadow. How are you? My day has been good, Liz. It's been very productive. Did all my laundry. Got a job interview for tomorrow, so yay for that. Please give that. Don't do it. How has your day been, Liz? You got no feet. Welcome in. You forgot to do laundry today. Wednesday is laundry day for me every week. That is how I have it set. And that way we never run out of everything. And it works really well for my schedule. So that's how that goes. But probably will have to change it once I get a job for the mornings. You can't really tell. You live in Germany and it's almost 12 p.m. Or you mean a.m. Yeah, you're sleepy. You went into work and it started raining, so you took a cab home. And you've been here since 1. Yes! Love it. That was the right thing to do, Liz. So I'm using Sam's mom's garlic in this dish. The purple garlic. You need a laundry day, scat. Do it on Wednesdays. What? Optrix, you got them. I'm so happy for you. No more break-ins. Okay, so our oil is just starting to smoke. I'm gonna grab the splatter screen in case it decides to splatter. We're just gonna do these pork steaks one at a time. You can hear that sizzle right away when you put it in the pot. PM at night. I got you. We actually get quite a few Germans in here. So I like that. And plus my boyfriend is from Germany as well. So I am okay with that. What's up, delivery? Delivery or DiGiorno. So good. Or is it Delicio? Splatter screen, it's so good. And they're not expensive either. It just saves your stove from getting like super oily. And the floor, if you're cooking something like really obnoxious. Oh, the pork smells good already. Want to see how quickly it's browning up. Anyone do anything awesome today so far? Not a good medium heat there. It's 6 p.m. Really, Liz? It's already 6 for you? I guess, yeah. It's 3 o'clock for me. Okay, so for our onion, for our sauce, I'm gonna go like a medium dice here. Maybe 1/3 of an inch in width or thickness. I'm happy I'm using up these onions because they're starting to get like rubbery kind of. Hard to cut. They want to fall apart. You're just glad it's almost Friday? Yeah, 2 more days. We're gonna make it. We're gonna cook that still a little bit more. We want it nice and golden brown. Where's Dante? Yeah, it's true. Everyone was super late to the stream today, but now it seems like we're all here. Okay, you know what? Not loving the lighting right now. Got some like sun and clouds, so I'm just gonna turn that on for us. Okay, other half of the onion. Get into it. So guys, since everyone's being super quiet, I'm gonna get into our topic, our question of the day. Is everyone ready? Sorry, I'm like crying right now from this onion. So question of the day, what is your favorite pasta and what is your favorite way to eat it? Like, what kind of sauce do you usually have with it? Steve, it's relaxing. Okay, this is getting aggressive. I'm gonna turn it over now. That looks good. Yum. Sizzle, sizzle, my peeps. You know what, guys? I'm going to just slice the garlic thin. I think that's going to be nicer than mincing it. So just slice it across. I like having little pieces of garlic in my tomato sauce. Spaghetti with the bottle gravy. Why not, Liz? That's simple, it's cheap, it is fulfilling. You like your pasta with ricotta, yum. Have you ever made your own ricotta? You can't choose, Steve. I know it was tough for me to choose, but I did choose. I did do it. Fresh pasta with squidding. See, that's another one I have not made yet, Osric. So maybe we'll make like a squid pasta. Okay, while we're waiting, I'm gonna open our cans of tomatoes. Hey, Bashi. Hi. How are you? Come here, good girl. Come here. Say hi. Say hi. Good girl. I got nothing for you though. I got nothing. Great with scallops and a white sauce. Betty was asking me for scallops. She's like, can I request scallops? So I was like, okay. Maybe this could be a thing, Optrix. Optrix and Betty collab dinner. And pasta's 88 cents. Yeah, exactly. Tortellini. You eat it with your ear. Oh no. Oh no, delivery. Yeah, she's like, you got no snacks? I'm out. I'm not waiting around. She doesn't like when I like cook stuff that sizzles though. She's like such a baby. I'm gonna go let her outside. And then I think this pork steak is ready to come out. It should be nice golden brown. Yum. Like that. That's exactly what we're looking for. How is our oil in here? Yeah, we still got enough. So next one going in, seasoning side down. So here's the difference here between searing and not. So all of that caramelization, that's straight flavor. Flav. You and Betty have similar taste? It's true. That is true. I like it. That can opener, it is so good. Little star fruit one. So the way that it works, you open it up, put it on the can, and then close it, and it punches into it, and then you just twist it. It's really good. Other than like the old school opener, I like this one. Steve, your choice. Shell noodles with garlic tomato sauce. Because the shells just like hold the sauce in them. Good pick, man. My favorite pasta is carbonara. Please tell me you guys have eaten carbonara. And the best one I ever had was in Rome when I was visiting in Italy. I made it like my purpose to find a really, really good carbonara. And so I went to like one of the most famous restaurants. Just trying to open this jar of sun-dried tomatoes. So I'm just gonna put that into the sauce. There's like 3 or 4 that are whole, but as it cooks, they will fall apart. Just wanted to show you guys. Snooze. Simple egg noodles with a little olive oil may be your favorite. Easy go along at dinner. Yes. With bacon, yeah. Bacon or guanciale, which is cured pork jowl. Parba what? What are you saying, Steve? And then Anthony Bourdain's favorite pasta is actually cacio e pepe, which is cheese and pepper. So typically it's done with spaghetti. And then you just toss it with a little bit of olive oil, lots of cheese, and lots of pepper. That is it. You get it from the Cheesecake Factory. It's so good. Never heard of that? I'll post it in chat for you.
So you guys open it up.
Ollie.
Tell me when it's open
Okay,
and then
so
I'll
now,
start it.
this guy is done as well. Yum.
Pasta brownies. This video is really, really good. So
Oh. Oh, I missed a C in there. Guanciale. Sorry, guys. And I don't know if I can find the photo from when I ate it, but let me see if I can find the restaurant. Because the sauce in the carbonara was like almost as vibrant yellow as this spoon from the egg yolk. De Danilo. Yeah. I think I found it. Your mom is going to Lake Como. That's going to be so beautiful. Oh, I like my pasta firm. Hi, Mies. How are you? Okay, so here is the restaurant that I went to eat carbonara. Trattoria di Danilo. Okay, that one is browned up as well. And let's get our last one in here. Woohoo! Smells like meat. So my plate of carbonara was 12 euros. Not expensive at all. It was so good. It was really fancy, and you know what? I was the only one in there eating. I just like sat all alone in the restaurant and just ate my carbonara in peace. Wait, what else can we get ready? I guess some wine. Measure it out. Huh? Open the window more. Mies, did you have any pasta while you were in Italy lately? Because you missed the question of the day. I asked, what is your favorite pasta shape and how do you like to eat it? Just gonna turn the pan down a little bit. Oh, now it's browning up fast. Yum. What's the cheapest, best tasting food in my opinion? That is really hard, Steve. And to like eat it sustainably, I guess, to like have a low impact on the environment, I would probably choose pasta. Just because it is so simple to make. Like, you don't need many ingredients, and most of the ingredients are very inexpensive as well. Or my other one would be rice or bread. And then you just pair something to go along with it. But something with those as the base is always a cheap and best tasting option. I don't think I can choose just one thing. Like, even potatoes would be a good option. And if you make it right, I guess you don't even have to put any meat with it. Yeah, eggs. Like, that's why carbonara is so good. Is like egg yolks, cheese, and noodles and bacon. Like, how can you go wrong with that? I'm gonna flip this over on the fat side and let it sear a bit. And then right away, we will put in the onions and the garlic to cook up. Tortellini conjugli farfalle. Nice. I should do a tortellini stream as well. We'll get Sammy in on that one. He's really good at those. Have I made empanadas? Not yet, Liz. I have not made empanadas yet. Maybe that should be added to the list. Okay. Yum. Nice golden brown and delicious. Well worth the effort. So now we'll put our onions and garlic in, and we might have to just add a little bit of olive oil. Or I'll just use some of the oil from the sun-dried tomatoes. You tried to make them before, Annie. Okay, we gotta switch to our wooden spoon now. Gotta switch it over. Good. Actually smells like sun-dried tomatoes. So the filling turned out great for your empanadas, but you didn't do the best job on the pastry dough. Try again then. Chicken empanadas. Dominicans call them pastelitos. I will have to put that onto my list, guys. There's so much stuff that I need to learn still. It is great. Mies, I made you guys ravioli. Now we need tortellini. It's true. It is so true. Greek egg and lemon soup request. You've tried it and failed. Asgolamono. I have made it before. I believe in culinary school, but nothing since then. It's actually pretty easy to make, Scat. How do you feel like you failed? Chicken or cheese, or chicken and cheese. How about that? Would I be able to do off-grid cooking? Yeah, I would. I would totally be able to. I mean, Sammy is a lot better at cooking with wood, but I would for sure be able to learn how. I think it's a really fun skill to have, because you never know what might happen. They even have pizza empanadas. Oh my goodness. That's too good sounding. So we are going to brown the onions up a little bit before we deglaze the pan. And how much wine do we need? 1 cup of wine. And it calls for Sardinian white wine, but I did not get that. I just have a Pinot Grigio. And this is a good brand to cook with, Copper Moon. What's typically used in restaurants. Or just the whole bottle. Let's go. Let's go, peeps. Yum. Didn't even make a dent in the bottle. Is there even a place to be off-grid on the island? Oh, yeah. There's actually quite a few people that are off-grid here, Steve. I do have a story about one of the people. Let me just throw these onions one more time. A couple more minutes on these, and then we'll carry on with the sauce. I guess we also have to chop up the herbage. So the thyme and the rosemary. So I have around 5 sprigs of thyme and just a small sprig of rosemary. The consistency, that makes sense. That makes sense, Scat. So there's a guy that lives off the grid here. I would say probably a 10 to 15 minute drive from where we live now. He is in his 70s. His name is Hume. And he lives off the grid, bikes into town every day, and goes to the library to read books. And before this, he like volunteered in Africa and stuff like that. So really, really awesome person. I think that's amazing that he does that. And Sammy and I have seen him before on his bike, and he does not look like he's over 60. You like cooking with dry vermouth because it lasts a long time. Yep. Very good substitute for wine. Kate's always on when you get home, and you may take your edibles. Classic dirtbag. Fresh thyme, I know. So pretty much equal parts of these. One more Sturzy. I think we are actually good with where the onions are at now. Just want them nice golden brown on the outside. So now, pour our wine in to deglaze. Oh, love that sound. And we'll let that go for a minute or 2, and it will cook up all the brown bits that are on the bottom of the pan. That's all your flavor that we've developed. Pinot Grigio was your fave when you drank. It is good. Very, very easy drinking white wine. Chopping incoming. Oh yeah. There's our thyme. Next up, the rosemary, which flies everywhere typically when you chop it for the first little bit. We're gonna go pretty fine with the herbs as well. You would love to try living off grid away from all the stupidness of the city. I feel you, man. I am definitely good where I'm at now, though. Does not feel like I live in this city anymore, so I think that's exactly what I needed. And it's so peaceful, like all you typically hear is the birds singing all the time. Okay, so herbs are gonna go straight into the wine right now as it's cooking. Let's give that pot a stir. Oh yeah. All of the bits have cooked off the bottom. So now look at the color of that broth now. Nice deep brown flavor. Almost looks like beef. So now, I'm gonna throw in the sun-dried tomatoes. And next up, I think I'll put the pork back in. Kind of layer it, I guess. Or try to. Squeeze it in there. We will add all of the juices from the plate. Yum. And our canned tomatoes. that, it's pretty much donezo. So there's one more thing we have to add to the sauce, which is just chopping up our salami. We'll have to make a wine shorl, half wine, half carbonated water. Yum. You have some of the highest crime rates in Canada. Oh, I'm sure Vancouver is up there. Vancouver was just insanity. You leave anything, it doesn't even have to be of value. Just leave anything out for people to take and it will be gone. It's so pretty. Yeah, it is so red, hey? Looks great. So this is what this salami looks like. And I'll just add a little bit of richness and earthiness to our sauce. So I'm just gonna quarter this. And it is so good. I think I need to have a piece. It's kind of smoky as well. But it just melts in your mouth. You get a good hint of paprika and spice as well. Yum. Hey Buff, how are you? And then just break this apart. Then that should cook into the sauce. We got a full pot. We're making sugo for like 12 people, I feel. But this is really good to make a lot of and freeze. And just pull it out whenever you feel like making pasta. You can reheat it quickly. Do. This is Poggers. Absolutely insane, Albus. Washing my hands. You think you've been eating the wrong salami. I've never heard of this one, like spaghetti, but it is so good. Can you have a piece, Steve? Well, it's too late now, man. You haven't eaten salami since you read its ingredients. This one is made by hand at the butcher shop, so I know it's good. Like that's their only deli case, is anything that they make in house. They don't bring in anything else, so it's really good. And yes, it is better than most of the luncheon meats. Aw, Buff, yeah, you are probably super tired from recovery. Is everything going well with that though? Hi, Harry. How are you? Lunchables are dope. I never really got Lunchables as a kid. That was like more of a treat thing. Maybe if we went on a field trip or something, but typically I was never given Lunchables. And I'm sure they're not as good as they used to be. So I'm just pushing the salami down into the sauce. And we're just gonna keep that on low and simmer it away for the next few hours. Okay, up next, time to make our pasta. I'm just gonna clear my area because I don't need the cutting board anymore. At least not for right now. You don't want to Google salami ingredients. It can't be that bad. Can't be that bad, guys. Thanks, Harry. Yeah, it is looking really good already. Siri thinks I'm talking to her for some reason. So, semolina flour. Turn it over. I'm gonna use a big bowl to mix the pasta in, just so I don't mess up the counter too much. Mix it in the bowl to start until it's not as sticky, and then we'll transfer to the counter and knead it. So I typically use this big bowl when I make bread or sourdough. And this is what I mix it in and fold it in. It's a really good bowl. You have to have an ultrasound. You're also anemic. Oh my, Buff. The struggle. Okay, so we need 1 cup of warm water, which I can get from the tap here because my water is so hot, it will burn you. And 2 cups of the semolina flour. 1 teaspoon of salt is going in. Let's do this. Used to get ostrich meat for sausages. Tastes a lot like salami. Interesting, to say the least. That is pretty cool, Buff. Okay, so I'll put our flour in here first. Make a little well in the middle. And we'll leave this flour out for later as well, because we'll need it to kind of dust the tray when we're rolling it. Venison sausage is really, really good. Sam's parents usually get it made if they catch any deer during hunting season, and then they'll send us some. Okay, here's our water and some salt. So 1 teaspoon of salt, and then we'll need more later when we cook the pasta in the water. Are we ready for this, guys? Oh yeah, where are you from, Harry? Because we're doing Sardinian pasta today. Just kind of dissolve the salt into our water first. Your brother worked at Maple Foods and he told me the bologna ingredients. Yeah, that's the going thing in our house too. That's what Rando always said. It's made from lips and assholes. Which definitely doesn't make it appealing. Yeah, which part of Italy, Harry? Don't worry, we're not gonna like come and stalk you. Hello, Vune. How are you? This feels really, really cool. It's really spongy. I thought this would be way different. Dang, I might actually end up liking this better than the egg pasta. I'm just moving this around so it can soak up all of the flour. I think we might need just a touch more, because her dough looked a lot smoother in that video. So maybe I'll just sprinkle over a bit more. Had some nice chicken Alfredo. Yum. Sounds so good, Vune. Okay, that's feeling better. Still like a little too soft though. Harry, you're playing with us. We can't handle it. Liz, I've been to Pompeii. It is like one of the coolest places I've ever been. The dough looks weird. We're making pasta dough, Vune. with semolina flour. Okay, now it's coming together. Durum semolina flour. It feels so cool. It's like a Play-Doh almost. Do you think I should make it more firm, guys, or should I just start kneading it? Harry is playing with us. Bizarre Eats with Kate. You'd love to go to Italy for a month. I think I spent two or 3 weeks there. Okay, we still need more. I'm just gonna keep adding until it's not sticky. You're from Calabria, finally. Finally you tell us. How is our sauce? Just simmering. Let me turn it down just a touch more. So I'm just gonna keep kneading this in until I feel like it's good. Sausage has to be at least 30% actual meat to be called a sausage. But most of it is like ears, snout, and trotters. It's true. The stuff that people don't know. Semolina is mostly used for sweet desserts in Germany. That's cool. So far, I really enjoy working with it. More. Hopefully this is the last handful. I'm gonna call it the last handful and then just start kneading. You should try making pasta, like just semolina and water and salt. It's effortless. You don't need a food processor, nothing. Okay. So all the semolina is in there. And now for the kneading. So the way that I do kneading is like a push-pull. So pull it and push it down. Use the heel of your hand as well, and you just keep folding it on top of itself. And we're just going to do this until the pasta is really nice and smooth. How many times do I use the grill over the summer? See, we typically grill on the weekend. It is hard to say, Annie. At least once a week, though. And when it was just Sam and I living together in Vancouver, during the summer, we almost cooked on it every day after work. Oh, Nuja is so good, or Nduja is so good. I think we might still need some more. No. Not more. I don't think I need your help, Steve, but thank you for asking. Pepperoni. Harry, what's your favorite pasta? Both the shape and the sauce. Same with you, Buff. That is the question of the day. Everyone else has already answered. Oh, this is getting there. I think it's starting to look like the one that was in the video. Just trying to get all the dry semolina onto here. Yeah, we just say pepperoni. Pepperoni. Pasta with pesto. Oh, that's such a good one too. Have I made pizza on stream yet? Yeah, I've made it twice already. And I am not opposed to keep making it. Pizza is like my favorite thing other than pasta. Yeah, you too, Vune. Favorite type of pasta, noodle and sauce. Green pepperoni, red pepperoni, what? Okay, I think this last addition and we'll be good. You like pasta bake? Pasta al forno? Yeah, green peppers and red peppers. Okay, still a bit more. I feel like this is insanity. Tony, what kind of recipe have you given us? It's too sticky. Harry, your favorite type of pasta is tortelloni. Your favorite sauce is pesto alla genovese. Spaghetti bolognese is the best though. Yeah, that's what I have to make next week for Liz. So I'm thinking I will grind the meat fresh. And make the spaghetti maybe as well. Let's do it. Your most favorite pasta is self-made pasta with a simple, very light mushroom cream sauce. But the pasta can shine through. So what kind of noodle would you choose then, Vune? I think this is good. Like, look at this. It is nice and smooth. Doesn't look rough anymore. I think it is time to rest this. It's a little pasta ball. And it's gonna just go right back into here. And we are just gonna cover it with a dish towel. And that way it won't dry out as it rests. So half an hour, which gives us enough time to prep the asparagus and the tomatoes to be roasted. Woohoo! That was not nearly as difficult as I thought it would be. I'm just gonna set the timer on the stove. And wash my hands, because they're all floury. Give us a little wipey wipe. Gotta work clean, my peeps. Don't want any cross-contamination. And now we can go back to the cutting board. Ta-da! Molto bene. Optrix. You're switching your answer to a truffle sauce? Oh my gosh. You fancy. Buff, you made rarebit. I saw. So here's our asparagus. Really, really nice. Normal spaghetti for you, Vune, since it's the easiest to make. Yes, good choice. The ball looks perfect. Thanks, Liz. You make a tagliatelle with truffle oil cream sauce on a bed of parma ham. Oh man, that doesn't sound heavenly at all. And parma ham is amazing. Annie, you keep forgetting Discord is a thing. It's okay, I do sometimes as well. It's okay. So this is what the two sheet pans are for, is the asparagus and the tomato, which I'm thinking I will have to do 2 trays. Just because there is so much. And I am okay with that. That is what we prepped for. So I'm just going to tear off some parchment to line them with. You want me to do a whole Welsh menu? Muxy one? What are you talking about, Harry? Muxy one? The asparagus is really, really nice. I'm happy I get to serve it with the pasta tonight. You are Muxy one, Harry? What the hell happened here? These ones got turned around and they cut the tip off instead. Sad days. Whew, she's a breezy out there. You guys hear that? So cut off the bottom like 2 inches from the asparagus because it's really tough. You can save them for a soup if you want, but otherwise we are going to serve the asparagus like this. So just place it onto the sheet pan after and we'll dress it all together. You decided to sand down the ruined skillet and re-season it. You went to the balcony to do it and you thought, who needs a face mask? You can still taste the steel in your mouth. Oh my goodness. It's worth it though, Vioon. It's worth it. You will survive. You don't eat it because it makes your pee smell buff? That's a lame reason. It for sure makes my pee smell. But it is too delicious to give up. Elvin, how are you? So much asparagus. Okay, so now we will split it in between our sheet pans. Everyone's just so excited to see each other. It's been forever, guys. But not really. Let's turn it this way. And that way we can get like 2 rows, or we should be able to. And that way it's only like 1 layer of asparagus, so it'll roast up really nice. And we'll just sprinkle the tomatoes over top. Too much work, Alvin. Been a day, indeed. Okay, now we're just gonna cut the tomatoes. We're gonna halve them. I think they'll turn out better that way. They'll kind of caramelize, having the flesh and the seeds exposed. So I said around 3 cups of tomatoes, but you can do more or less if you want. You planned out your Father's Day menu. Nice, Elvin. You know, Betty and I were just talking about that today. We don't know what we're gonna make yet. Okay, there is that. How is this though? I want to make sure it's not sticking, but it smells so good already. A food that I don't like, Steve, the main one is anything liver related. I do not like things that are really high in iron flavors. Just not my jam. I can't get past it. But everything else I think I like. Like the only really bad one for me. Your dad lives 13 hours away. Oh, you'll see him in July. Well, that's good though. I can't do it, Buff. I just can't do the liver and onions. Apparently I loved it when I was super small. But there is no way that I'll eat it now. I'd rather not eat it. I'd rather starve. What about liver jam? That sounds disgusting. Like, I've made it before. I've made a lot of liver mousses in the restaurants, but then I would get other people to taste it. Be like, taste this. Is it good? What does it need? Chicken liver pate. Yep, I've made that. Still not my thing. Can't do it. See, but foie gras is way different. Like, foie does not taste like liver does. It's so much more rich and delicious. So I will eat foie, which is the fatty duck liver. But it's also super expensive, which is why it tastes so good. You had it today, Buff? That is so funny. Yeah, it's too good, Elvin. Too delicious. Your dad eats liver when he cooks it. It smells so bad. Yeah, exactly. Foie gras with fava beans? What? I never heard of that. So we're splitting up half the tomatoes between the pans. Yeah, that is the face that I make, Liz. That exact face. Wipe up these tomato seeds, otherwise they get everywhere and they stick to everything. And our sauce is bubbling perfectly in that pot right now. Just a really, really slow simmer. Low and slow for life. How good does this look, though? See, I don't think I've ever seen Silence of the Lambs, like the full thing. I already told you guys I'm terrible with movie references. I warned you. Some stuff just gets lost on me. The Chianti. See, I know that's from the movie. Maybe I'll watch it this weekend. So now we're just going to drizzle on some olive oil. And we'll just toss everything up together. I think that would be the best way to prepare it. And with salt and pepper. Super simple. Yum. There goes that bottle. In a life or death situation, you would choose death over liver. I'm with you. Yeah, I would rather die. And then after this is roasted later, we'll garnish it with fresh chopped basil and our balsamic glaze. But if you don't have a glaze made, you can just drizzle it with balsamic vinegar And it will make the glaze for you in the oven. There's a clip, okay, I'll click on it in a sec, Annie. Be pretty generous with the salt. Everything is so nice and colorful. I'm gonna open up that link and watch it. Be pretty generous. But first, we will watch a 15-second ad. Chef Oven making them glazes. It's true. That's the truth. Okay, ready? Watch it.
You see a lot, Doctor. But are you strong enough to point that high-powered perception at yourself?
But first, we will watch a 15-second ad. How dare you, Twitch? Buff! You're sharing rewards? What is this new share thing?
The census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
So creepy. Her face. That would be me too.
You fly back to school now, little Starling. Fly.
Terrifying. Terrifying, guys. Buff, thanks for the biddies. Woohoo! Much appreciated. Bring on the Welsh menu. Let's do it. What a movie. I will have to watch it. Okay. Asparagus can go away. That is all prepped up and ready to go. Until around, let's say, 20 minutes before we eat. So that was really easy. And I guess while we're waiting, we still have 15 minutes to rest the pasta. What is that, Liz? Boop? Thank you. It was improv and not scripted. Imagine. Okay, let's fill our pasta pot with water and salt it so that's ready to go. And other than that, we're gonna be chilling together the rest of the day. We be chillin'. Plus, it's gonna take us a little bit to roll out the pasta. It's not something I'm gonna rush on for the first time. It's a bit weird. It is, Buff. It's supposed to be weird. Guys, is Death on today? Has anyone checked? Okay, so pot is around half full of water. I wouldn't go too much more than that. And then for the water, a tablespoon of salt to season. You can just cover that until later. So many emotes. The heck? Excited for the World Cup. It's tomorrow? He's not on right now. Dang. I think he's struggling a little bit. Sending love to Death. Okay, there is a bunch of us on right now. Holy smokes. Pumped. You still want your cook with posh emote, I see. Okay, guys. I guess we can get up our pasta rolling station. Set it up. taken the cutting board out of here as well. This is a weird sound. So I have a big, really big sheet pan here that I'm going to cover with the semolina flour. And that's what we're going to put the pasta onto once it's been rolled out. Your brother's turning 28 soon. He is an old man. Well, I'm 27. I don't consider myself an old lady. You want a good layer of this semolina. Don't be afraid. I mean, it's the same stuff that the pasta's made from. So it's not going to affect it. And that way it doesn't stick. Because that would be a tragedy. The Slurpee sounds were improvised. Yeah, that's the worst part, Scat. So creepy. That's why it's perfect. I must have a hole in that bag somewhere, because I keep finding little piles of semolina everywhere. Annie, you're turning 50 in October. Nice. That is awesome. Okay, we are so ready. Like the most ready. Over the hill. So our sugo's done. We added our wine, added the salami. We're braising it. Making our pasta dough and resting it currently. 10 more minutes. Prep the asparagus and tomatoes for roasting. Yep. Okay, this stream's actually gonna be not too bad, I think. Your birthday's in October too. So is Sammy's. His is on the 7th. Steve, you make that sound when you see my food. Perfect. That is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna write down some of the requests we have talked about today. And then I'm gonna read the little excerpt from Anthony's book about this pasta that we're making today. And then by that time, we should be good to go and start rolling the pasta. Tortellini, it's there, Mies. I got you. I'm not gonna forget. Your birthday's in October too, Steve. Are you joking though? Are you lying to us? Okay, ready? So it says, as much as I'm enjoying having married into a large Italian family, I'm even more delighted about the Sardinian wing of the family on my father-in-law's side. They lived in a compound in the mountains, and they all carry knives. Pretty much the picture of the perfect family to him. When I met them for the first time, the whole bunch set to work killing me slowly with hospitality and glorious, glorious food. Yep, killing me slowly. The greatest hits of Sardinian classics. This dish is as traditional as it gets and was a highlight of that first visit. Note that the sugo recipe, as written below, is designed to leave you with extra sauce. Stash it in the freezer or send it home with a particularly favored guest. I like it. September birthdays unite. There is nobody. You get no one, Scat. March birthdays unite, though. I know we got some March babies in here. rich. Like how we only get that one little bubble in the pot. You will be Thanos in this scenario. Your little brother's a March baby. Cool. Okay. We are straight chilling, hey? Did not think this today would be this easy. But that is awesome. I guess maybe we could have made the pasta dough first, and then while it was resting, make the sugo up in that half an hour. But then we would have pushed the sugo back a half an hour as well. So I wouldn't have as much time to braise. So I was having a hard time deciding which one to do first. He's not so little anymore. I'm sure he's not, Steve. So what is everyone eating today? Let's talk about that, since we already did our question of the day. Harry, you got your beer or what? You had salmon for tea tonight? Yum. Yum, Ishimura. Sounds so good. You know what? While I'm waiting, I'm gonna rinse out the cans from the tomatoes. Gotta stay productive. Don't wanna waste any time. Shabam. What? Who just popped in here? Complex pineapple. What? With the Twitch Prime sub. Woohoo! Amazing. Another person to the squad. So that's 2 already today. Thank you for the sub. And you are welcome and entered into the draw to win an apron for free. Pumped. Albus, you made eggs because you can't cook. Well, the fact that you made eggs says that you can cook. So give yourself a little bit more credit. Scat, you're still hungry. The struggle. Annie, sauteed chicken thighs with cumin seed and ancho chili. Yum. Turkey sandwich. Peanut butter and Marmite. Never had Marmite, buff. Yeah, sub hype. Woohoo! Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna try to hopefully break the 50 sub mark this month. That is my goal. And to me, like, that is amazing. I never thought I would get this far. And it's all thanks to you guys. Okay, we have 2 minutes left until we can start doing our pasta. And we know the methods now because we watched the video. Fries and gravy for you, Steve? That's it? Gotta have more than that, man. Like, how do you stay full on something like that? Where's the meat and the veg? And here's our sad basil that I picked. So it's super small. It's like dying slowly. Probably get one more picking like this, and then that's gonna be it. And we'll have to get a new plant. Sad. But I think that plant was grown so that it wouldn't keep growing. Like, they kind of trick you. It looks really amazing when you first buy it, and then it's so overcrowded in the pot that it just slowly dies. Fries and gravy and hot dogs. Boom, there it is. So lips and assholes then, Steve, is what you're telling me. That is what you were putting into your body. Oh, I know what I can do. I'm gonna post the link to the restaurant that I'm gonna hopefully work at. I hope they choose me. It is my favorite restaurant in the town. It's called Wild Mountain. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Onionies. What's up, man? It's been forever. Snooze, you're having baked potato soup that's in the freezer. Nice. You did it a few weeks ago after watching me do it. It's so easy, hey? That is so cool. I actually just froze a bunch of potatoes today, and I'll probably be using it up in a chowder quite soon. And Tristan gave me a really good idea, is to make a bread bowl and do chowder in it. So good. I'm going back to chefing. Part-time only, Mies, and only prep. So I'm not actually going to be like a chef or a cook. I don't want all of that responsibility, to be honest. I still want to focus on building my stream up more than anything. I just need a side job to kind of supplement my income for now, because I am still $1,200 short on the month still. So I need to make that amount of money to be able to pay for all the bills. I'm not making too much money yet off of streaming, if you guys are wondering. It's not as profitable as Slash said yesterday. Like, there's no way that I'm making 6 figures. Without prep, there's no food. Exactly. Hey, Bachelor, how are you? Okay, guys. Let's get into our pasta. So excited. And hopefully getting into this restaurant, this will bring really good opportunities for me as well, because they have very similar values in food and cooking as I do. I'm just gonna tear off this paper towel and wet it because the pasta feels a little dry. And maybe something really awesome can come from that, just like meeting them. And it is a husband and wife team that run the restaurant. So it's very, very cool. I've met both of them before eating there, but have not inquired about a job until now. I'm sure they would not even remember who I am. Have it all worked out. That is so true, Anya. Like, once you work out your numbers and know what you have to do, it's only yourself that's going to hold you back. So I've been really getting on top of my stuff because this is important. Like, as much as finding a job is stressful, it's going to be much less stressful when I have money coming into my account, when I can afford stuff again. So it's been a pretty slim pickings the last 4 months, but you know what? I'm still happy, so I have no complaints about that. Simple life is always good life. Yeah, and plus the food expense, which is typically around $500 a week for the family. Yay, Mies, thanks. Kate bobbleheads. Okay, so all we need to do now is roll this out to a 1/2 inch thickness The half hour for the dough passed. We are here now. That's how fast time goes by. Buff, you got a new knife today. The struggle of not being able to work, right? Can you post a link on what it is? Is that possible? Or is it like strictly a handmade Japanese thing? There is nothing wrong with living simple. Okay, so all we have to do now is pinch off 1/2-inch pieces. So don't go too big. And then just roll it on our board here, which I've never done before, so. Ah! I think it might be too sticky. Okay, maybe we need some semolina flour. And then we'll get the hang of it. 500 a week, you're gassed. I know, food is so expensive out here. It's like insanity. So I think I'll just line this with the semolina. Maybe put some on this thing as well. We'll just keep this bag here. You put it on Discord, nice Buff. Okay, let's try this again. So go from the back to the front, and then it should just roll off like that. So you got that little hole in the middle where it's just gonna hold the sauce. And then all of the ridges are gonna hold the sauce too. So this is Sardinian gnocchi made with semolina flour. And you know what? I'm gonna set my timer on my phone now and see how long this takes me to make this batch. Let's do this. Starting the stopwatch. You can't even spend that in a month, Mies. Yeah, but you don't eat the crazy stuff that I make. Okay, this is gonna be a learning curve, I think. It's a little bit too sticky, maybe. Nice. Your head hurts for me. Betty's coming in to show the radishes. Just put them in front of the camera there. She just picked them. Those look great. Better than the ones at the farm, actually. They're not all like eaten up.
Well, some of them are starting to crack, so it's
yeah.
It's better to get them now.
Sweet.
In the sink.
Sure.
Or just in the drain.
Yep. Knowledge bombs. Rolling with the napalm. So these are reminding me of the cavatelli pasta. I think this dough is a little bit too wet. It's kind of sticking on. Just make nachos and hot dogs every day. I don't think I could do that, honestly. Now that I know how good food is, why would I live like that? Mouse near the dough, yeah. It's almost touching it. Brr! Contamination. Okay, we're getting there. It's getting better. Thanks, lid. This is getting easier. First couple, not so bad, but typically as a chef, you kind of figure out what works the best within the first few times of doing a task. And then you're like, oh yeah, I got the hang of it. Because you're just so used to working fast all the time, right? You need to do things the most efficient way as possible. Maybe I'm pressing too hard. Lidl Cola. I just got that. Lidl, isn't that a grocery store in Europe? Because I remember going there. Buff, you eat 5 times a day. Love it. I am with you on that, man. I mean, just casually made butter flowers. I've seen that one, Elvin. I have seen that clip. Okay, here we are already. You can see how things are going. I am correct. Yay! Yay for Lidl. I shopped there a lot actually while I was traveling in Europe. I really liked it. Breakfast is a cornetto with Nutella. Oh my goodness. Harry. That's not even allowed. Lunch, rice with chicken. Dinner equals pizza. Now that is a day of good eats. Yeah, definitely just have to roll it faster and don't push so hard. Like, look how easy this is. And Mies, just so you know, this pasta is vegan. It's just flour and water. You could easily make this for yourself. And this little tool is only $5. Spinach omelet, Liz, with toast. That's healthy. Chicken with rice and black beans for dinner. Cornetto is ice cream. No, the cornetto is like what it sounds like, kind of like a cone. It's a fried cone made of dough, I believe. You love the tool, Lidl? Thanks. It is really fun to use. Now I want to do gnocchi rolled on here. Oh, man buff, the struggles. Yeah, spinach has a really, really good amount of iron in it. Renanota ways to cook it. I feel you on that. I mean, I typically just saute it or make salads with it. Cornetto Italiano. Yeah, that was a day of good eats. Alton only makes like 0.1 of a cent. Pretty much, guys. Optrix, you are cooking with me today. That is so cool, man. Okay, what are you making? Is that my diary? No, it's just like my food diary, I guess. And I'm almost done that book too. So that's my second one. Kind of seems like I go through a new book every 2 months. So I still have my first book that I wrote in as well. Maybe that will be obviously a reference for me if I ever make a cookbook. Oh, you're making the chicken thighs now. Okay, awesome. Well, that's easy. And the key to making these as well is you want them all to be around the same size so it cooks evenly in the water later. So you don't want some really small and some really big. Then you'll have some raw and some mushy. Before you could happily eat a raw bag of spinach. Now it's like, no, get it away. You wanted to cook Friday's menu with me, but work. Dang it, Elvin. Do you need me to write an official letter excusing you from work? Sending emails and not adding attachments. Oh, man. Anya, why you rushing stuff, man? Focus. I'm going to put some of that on my hand and put it back into our little roller. Seems to be working well. Look at, we are almost done one rope. And I think it works better with less of this. Maybe our dough just needed to sit for a little bit more. Send it now, do it. Press send. Shabam, my peeps. So next, clear that off. cut off some more. That was about a third of it. That did not take very long. And the best part about this pasta is you don't have to worry about it drying out. Like, you want it to dry out after you roll it. So that is very simple. And our stopwatch, where are we at? We're only at 8 minutes. Almost 9 minutes, sorry. To roll that first string. I think we're doing really good, guys. It's 1:25. Harry, just staying up late with us. I think maybe this little bed of semolina was exactly what it needed. Just dry it out a bit. The camera is needy yet. Don't leave me. That's what it says. This might be one of my favorite pastas to make. Just because it is so simple. Did everyone see the photos of the garden that I posted? I totally spammed Discord this morning. I got caught up on everything. Things are looking so good. Definitely need to learn how to make wine and cider for this fall, because we are gonna have a ton of grapes and a ton of apples, which look like crab apples so far. Don't know if anyone here has ever made those, but I will gladly take any pointers. And get ready for needy camera again, because I'm just about to go to the bathroom. Let's do this. Hold tight, my friends. Okay, let's do this. Crab apples, ew. What do you mean, Buff? It's not like I had a choice. The trees were already here when we moved in. The kitchen does smell lovely, Liz. And it's funny because whenever the guys are like working outside with the saw or something and I'm cooking, they always give me shit. So it always smells so good because the vent is like right where they have their saw set up. Hilarious. Apple hard cider. Exactly, Shadow. That's what I was thinking. I love hard ciders. Snooze with the Prime sub. What? Seriously, guys? 3 today already? This is freaking awesome. This is so, so cool. Thank you, Snooze, and welcome to the squad. Woohoo! Get some hype in there. Sub hype. Love it, Liz. That is a good little set of emotes. Snooze. You want to win this or what? I'll see you on the 29th for the draw. Bye, Onionies. Thanks for coming to check in. I hope everything goes well with your emails. That is so unfortunate. You saw the story time with Posh Photos yet. I honestly just like snickered at the caption that I read in the book, and she just like turns at me and gives me that look. I was like, what? Am I disturbing you as you're napping in the sun there? Bad combo in real life, yep. But it looks so good together on the screen. Oh, I saw while I was doing my computer / paperwork this morning, 7 hummingbirds came to the feeder over, let's say, what, the 3 hours? I'm so happy because it has taken them the last 2 months to get used to us. And now they finally are okay. Like, I was even outside pretty close to the feeder, and one just like comes up. It's like chilling there, just flying. He's like, deep. Just like does his little squeaks and then goes to drink out of it. I was like, yay, they're not scared of me anymore. Harry, it's too late. You gots to go to bed. Good night, Harry. Thanks for being here. Yeah, am I a Disney princess? Not at once. Just like consecutively over the couple of hours. Maybe I am a Disney princess. I would be okay with that. Okay. Back down. Let's do this. Yeah, what would my name be? It's too hard to choose a name. Yeah, pondering so hard right now. You had to endure 2 pigeons going basic instinct. Oh my goodness.
Don't you water your herbs and succulents?
I don't know. How do they feel?
Those succulents need water. Everything
Sure.
that eats needs water.
Sure. Some folks eat pigeons. I have had squab once. And that was in culinary school when it was on the dining room menu. Not a huge fan of it, honestly. I think it's overrated. It was really, really gamey. Hey. Another set done. Look at this beautiful tray of pasta. For my first time, I'm pretty happy about it. Almost just lost everything. Let's roll out the last log. Yeah, it was not my favorite, Liz. Like, it wasn't actually just a pigeon that was caught off the street. Like, they actually raised them for meat. Cornish hens are really, really nice. Optrix. Great alternative to chicken when you're, like, feeling a little bit more fancy. But they're pretty expensive here. I was looking at them. I don't think it's worth it. When the male was done, he wanted to cuddle. Female was having none of it. She's like, get out of here. You like pigeon eggs? What? Never had a pigeon egg. Okay, this is the last bit of pasta dough. So we are almost there. Yeah, the birdie's just snuggling. Cute. Cornish eggs. See, I've never had that. This is bringing me so much joy right now. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday, where we make pasta. Not because it's healthy, but because it makes you feel good when you eat it. You had a pet pigeon for a week? She flew away with a random from the street. Oh no. I thought you would have raised her to be better than that, Liz. Higher standards. Lizard eggs, Steve? Go for it. You try that lizard egg and you let me know how it is. You were 9? Okay, this all makes sense now. She was free and wild. Dinosaur egg oatmeal. Oh my god, I totally remember that. Jurassic Park, yes. Anyone else like super pumped about the new one coming out? Love Chris Pratt. Such a funny actor. Dino Sour. Okay, has anyone had Dino Sours, the candy? Those are really good too. Dino Sours. He lost a lot of weight. Yeah, see, we're currently watching Parks and Rec, Sammy and I. So it's really weird for me to see him in that different character. He is hilarious nonetheless. And yeah, he put on so much weight for that role in Parks and Rec. Or he just lost a lot of the weight when he went to do Jurassic. You're only excited because of Bryce Dallas. She's a fine redhead. Chris Pratt is in 15% of movies now. It's a good time to be a Pratt fan. Yep. Did not think he was in that many. I wonder how our sugo is. Looks so happy in that pot. Thunder, how are you today, by the way? Welcome in. Guys, we're almost done rolling. It feels so good. You may have made up the statistic. It sounds accurate enough, Elvin. It's believable. I was wondering how you just like randomly came up with that. They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me rolling yoki. Trying to catch me rolling yoki. It works, guys. I'm banning. Yeah, let me just pinch one off for you guys. Gangsta Kate. I do love my hip hop music. Hopefully she does, Lidl. You can ask her to. But then she'd probably look at you funny, like, what are you talking about? You'd be like, this girl on Twitch. And then you'd get an eye roll, probably. Is what I'm gonna assume what happens. You're fond of hippity hop too. See, I like more of the older stuff now. Not really into the new hip hop artists as much. It's hard to hear or understand what they are even saying, first off. Yeah, Twitch staff comes in. You rolling gnocchi in here? Yes. Yes, I am. Steve, it's too late. Run DMC, yep. NWA, really anything, honestly. Dre, I'm with it. Something about growing up in white suburbia that just makes all the kids gangster. I don't understand it. Okay, that is it. That was so awesome. So I'm gonna stop my timer. That only took me 25 minutes to roll out. So now we know that this should sit for, let's say, another half an hour at least. I'm just gonna clean this up. Oh, Nas, so good. Maybe not that old, really? Man, I'm even good with like Easy E and E40. Give me all of the hippity hops. I am so happy that I found that little piece of wood. Otherwise, I would have had to use a fork, which is definitely not as fun. So here is our tray. I'm just gonna take a photo of this right now. So it looks great in the lighting. Do a close-up for you guys first. Woohoo! Malloreddus. That is what it is called. It looks amazing, and I'm going to take a photo of the sugo or a video of it bubbling. Perfect. Guys, we are crushing this. I'm going to set a 40-minute timer for our pasta to dry out. So now what? You know what I think we're gonna do is let's play around with some cheesecake plating. The cheesecake I made yesterday. Figured out that it was kind of better eaten out of the jar. I am Hood Thunder. It's true. Maybe I'll bust out the toque blanche when getting down with the hippity hop. I don't know if I can find my little chef's hat. I can probably go look for it. Thanks, Draconi. Yeah, this looks so great. I can't believe how easy this was. Try and give this a little stir if possible. Oh yeah, pork is cooking down. I would say close to an hour still, maybe. Not even actually. Say like half an hour, 45 minutes for that to become tender. Gotta break down all of those connective tissues. It's always hammer time. You made catfish tacos, nice. Sounds so good. Red cabbage, green apple slaw, pineapple and sweet peppers. Yum. I am making a slaw tomorrow. And I'm gonna use jalapeno and sweet butter pickles, or bread and butter pickles. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a couple jars of cheesecake. And then I also have raspberries to play around with. So let's do some dessert plating to take up some time, since we are ahead of the game for surezies. 25 minutes to roll that pasta. So I'll be right back. 2 seconds. The air is flowing in here. Cheesy cakes. And these are so good. We're so hood. And by good, I mean hood. I also, yeah, I do not need a hydration bot. She is gone. And I really, like, especially when I drink coffee, I have to stay on top of drinking my water. Otherwise, I just get way too dehydrated. So I'm just going to twist these jars completely closed since we didn't do that yesterday. And then I am going to fill this little pot with water and boil it, or bring it close to a boil, and then we'll just sit the cheesecake jars in the water, and it should loosen up the outside of the cheesecake, and we'll be able to dump it out onto the plate. That is my thought. Otherwise, you can just use a knife to scrape it out as well, but it doesn't come out as good. You don't need too much water in there. I'm gonna go high. Get a couple different things out to plate with as well. And our fruit. Oh, we may have to prep up some fruit. Here's our lovely container of raspberries that looks so good. I think I might have to eat one right now. And then our farm strawberries from yesterday. What else do I have in here? I'll take out our chocolate pearls as well. Okay, so before we start, while our water is heating up, let's just prep up the strawberries. We have to take the tops off and cut them down Just a little bit more. So cutting board is coming back in. But how are you? It's good to see you in here. You're making a savarin for Pops on Saturday. Savarins and baba rums were the big things of his youth, and a savarin is simpler. I've heard of the baba rums, but I need to refresh myself on savarin. Kind of a rum baba. Cool. I have never made those before, Elvin. They sound so good though. Oh, but you're stressed. No. I'm doing good. I think I'm keeping my stress under control. Got a couple job opportunities lined up. How come you're stressing? I don't like it. Husband's grandpa's girlfriend's dad died. Oh my gosh. She normally cares for his grandpa since he can barely walk, but she has to go to town. So you're walking their dogs again with no notice. Oh no, I am sad for you. Sending you all of the love. Hope that things get better. Savarin's the same, made in a bun pan. I would totally do the savarin. You texted asking if he needs anything besides dog help, and he told you to vacuum his entire house. What the heck? That's unfortunate. But I guess you'll just have to chalk it up as like doing a good deed. And hopefully karma will repay you with something good in return. Let's try and look at the positives of it. Okay, I think that's enough, so around a quarter of the pint or a third. And let's try and chop the berries over here where there's less onion flavoring in the board. Dang, it sucks that they're being rude. But I'm sure they're stressed too, right? Which they're probably not trying to be rude. They just can't control their emotions. Optrix, I like your way around it. Just do it quick and poorly, and then they'll never ask again. Oh, nice. Nice, Elvin. Yeah, mix the creme fraiche with whipped cream. I've been wanting to do that as well. That'd be so, so good. With the rum as well. Aw, dang. I don't know why people are rude. Why be so bitter about life? Such a vicious cycle when you're like that. Okay, I'm just gonna give these a quick little wash. He makes comments about your weight every time? Okay, that is rude. Now I understand why you're like, I don't want to do this. Berries incoming. He'll do a good job with the doggos, yes. Vacuuming? Come on now, let's just be honest. getting a water refill. The hydration. I am the hydration bot. Okay, I'm just gonna turn this down a bit because we're not quite ready for the cheesecakes. Yes, Liz. You came back to strawberries. So just either quartering them or having them again. I think we'll do a little bit of both. We'll keep the larger ones halved for some contrast on the plate. And the smaller ones we can quarter. Or just eat. That's an option too. You had to do vacuuming as chores when you were kids. Your dad always had an eagle eye for dirt clumps. Yep. I remember those days too, Optrix. But I'm happy that I learned early because now I'm like kind of a clean freak. Never have a dirty house. Posh, where are you? It's true. I'm surprised she hasn't come down here yet. Watch her come running down. I will laugh. Sam brings her down. Pashi, you like berries?
Well,
Did you
that's
hear me?
perfect timing.
Did you hear me say it?
No.
Oh, yeah. Liz just asked where she was, so I said, "Watch her come walking in right now," and I hear the door open. Do you like raspberries? Oh my goodness, you're wild.
Hey, nice pastas.
Oh, I made some pastas. Good catch, girl. You get it. Good Gertie. You want a strawberry? See if I can move that up. Get it. So cute. Get down. Good girl. Okay, no more. No mows on the cutting board. They are allowed on the counter.
Well,
Yeah, they are. Liz, you can predict the future. It's true. Yes.
Is Posh coming to see me?
Rudeness. Rudeness does not make cleaning enjoyable. Okay. So berries are prepped. We're not going to macerate them or anything today. Just leave them simply how they are. Sammy. He just went outside for a sec. I'll get him to greet you guys when he comes back in though. Yeah, washing dishes is very relaxing for me. Vacuuming is eh. Vacuuming is okay still. Sammy the Manny. Well, it's not bad, Elvin. It's okay. Don't worry about Sammy. He'll be okay. Believe me. Sammy the male nanny. Okay. So I'm actually going to loosen this off just in case the hot water makes the jar burst. Because this is cold. And I'm just going to hold on to the lid, dunk it in, and hopefully the hot water will loosen it up. Let's see. You were a little quick on the send trigger. This is the cheesecake, yeah. Oh, perfect amount of water for it to just sit on the bottom of the pot. Washing dishes is better than vacuuming, which is better than laundry. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Optrix. This is just looking and smelling too good. Maybe a touch longer. Just a little bit. I know, we're getting cheesy. You guys are done, Sammy? You have to say hi first.
Okay.
Guess what Sammy just did?
Hi. Hi.
You're so hungry, but you ate 3 hours ago, but what did you eat? Maybe it didn't keep you full long enough. Okay, let's see if we're gonna flip this right out. Let's just try it. It might need a little loosen. Maybe gravity will take care of it, but I'm kind of doubting that. So instead, I think I'll use this spatula. What did Sammy do? Oh, nothing. Okay, well, I guess that's one way, except we get a little bit of cheesecake loss. Get off. Oh, yeah, it was the grilled chicken with rice and black beans. So that should keep you full. Ah! Okay, that did not come out as intended. Maybe it is better just keeping it in the jar. Now I have to eat whatever is left in here. Have to. Mmm. So tasty still. But that looks like a pile of poop. I thought it would come out like really nice and smooth. Just eat it in the jar, yep. Because then we get that left over. You don't want to waste it. Okay, well, we'll try and make this look nicer anyways. Oh, I have an idea of what to do. Cover it in raspberries. How about that? Just get some unicorn Lucky Charms. Love it, Liz. Greatest way to solve this issue that we're having currently. This is going to be the most raspberry cheesecake of all time. Run it under hot water while closed. Just eat the whole jar. Yeah, just eat the glass for 30 seconds or so. Well, I mean, I thought putting it in the hot water would work. This looks pretty cool. This is my creation. Now, what else can we throw onto here? Also, what is our timer? 20 minutes left. We can throw in a little meringue. Crumble up some meringue. You once ate raspberries at the office and your former coworker said that the only people with parasites eat them. What? Doesn't even make sense. Hi, Death. How are you? The little boops. Yeah, they're still super crunchy. Listen to this. We're just gonna crumble some up. Put it around here. Eat the rest of this one. It's like air and sugar. Okay. Put some strawberry into here. The magic of pretty plating, exactly. I don't like that I got the meringue on that part of the berry. I might have to replace it. Keep it clean. Yay, Death. All is well. Just been catching up on sleep, man, or what? Did I make these, Lidl? I did. So here are the milk crumbs from yesterday. Just gonna put the little pieces all over as well. And these are super good. Like salty and sweet. Give really good contrast to the cheesecake. And then lastly, you can add in some chocolate to go with the raspberry. She got fired the following week for threatening to hurt your members. What the heck? So I'm gonna try to just put the chocolate pearls in the little crevices. That is where my imagination is taking me right now. I have never plated something like this before, so you guys know I'm just rolling with it.
It's true.
Sammy's like, I've never seen this. What is she doing? It's that little crunch of chocolate. Why not? Yum. Social workers gone wild. I think that looks really good, guys. Very simple. Do you know what it is? Well, if you were told cheesecake, would you be like, this is weird? Or would you be like, this looks so good? Summer berry cheesecake. Okay, what do we have? 16 minutes still? I'm just gonna turn that pot of water off. I don't think it's needed anymore. What if I just ran this spatula under the hot water and then ran it around the outside? That could be a thing as well. It would look a lot better with a berry reduction, it's true. You need some kind of sauce always. While we are talking about that, let's talk about dessert plating and like some of the rules that are actually there. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Nice, Death. Is there any reason why you changed up your schedule? So dessert plating is you obviously need your main component, whether it's some kind of cake or whatever you make. Looks like a pine cone. Yes, Mike. That is so good. I know, it's good to know what you guys think of this too. We just wung it. There are rules, yes. So your main component, usually a cake of some sorts. You need a sauce. And you need something crunchy. And that's typically it. And usually you need a garnish, whether it's like fruit or some kind of fancy chocolate, but that's it. So you always need a sauce and something crunchy to go with your main thing, and then typically it's garnished with some sort of fresh fruit or preserved fruits. There are rules. And so this dessert is not complete because we don't have a sauce on there yet, but we got our crunch, we got our main cheesecake, and we got our fruit. And always plate in odd numbers, that as well. So that's why I only have 3 pieces of the strawberry, and then the 1 whole meringue, and then the other stuff is just crushed up. See, they are learning, Sammy. So I think I'll just go take a quick photo of this. And then maybe we'll do up another plate. We'll do like a crushed raspberry kind of sauce. Sunday and Monday are the lowest number days on Twitch. And you feel you need a day off in between to prep everything. Nice. That is a smart way to think about it too, Death. 3 days a week, just the right amount of food to work with. Although you do still have extra frozen desserts. Well, that is always good to have on hand, though. Yeah, plus you need a day of shopping, which my day is usually Sunday or Monday. Okie dokes. Who is Bourdain? Anthony Bourdain was a really famous chef. And he just passed away last Friday. And I'm gonna be cooking this week a couple dishes in memoriam of him, because he was a big influence for me. So I'm gonna put this cheesecake into the fridge. Keep it cold, keep it chilled. And then I'm actually going to check out our sugo for now. Help me carry the 100 pounds or more. It's true. Yeah, Betty got the fish this time. I think that's going to be an ongoing thing, because they have so many different fish to choose from. And welcome in, Lord Velderath. What's up, vegan gelato? Need to see how this pork is. Oh yeah. She is starting to fall apart, so that is good. So I would say within half an hour, we will be eating. So maybe I should turn on our oven so we can roast up the veg. Everything's gonna come together, guys. I'm not sure if we'll get to plating more cheesecake. We'll see how it goes. Gloop gloop or bloop bloop. Either way, Liz cannot fish. Is the stream glitching? I don't know, guys. Tell us. Let us know. There's something bad going on. So oven is going to 450 Fahrenheit. So high temp. That way you can get a little bit of char on the vegetables, but still keep them nice and crisp on the inside. You had no idea what a lingcod looked like until yesterday. They are not pretty. Yeah, it was killed like the day before. So fresh. That's the best way to eat fish. It's true. And I guess we can turn on our water for our pasta. Get it hot and ready, so that it's just a simple boil when we're there. Good evening. Fish again? Nope. Not fish again. Today we're making some pasta. And I think I will have my last bathroom break now. Third one of the day. Gotta love that coffee. Why am I not your wife? Because I am marinated to someone else. Right, Kashi? Alright, crew. Pasta, yay! I'm marinating someone else. You heard it, Liz. It's the Windows error that ruined your life. Typical. That's a nice pot of sauce. Okay, 11 minutes until we can cook our pasta. Maybe we'll plate one more of these guys. Just leave it in the water for a little bit. Maybe we left it in too long last time. I guess we got rid of our hot water though. Okay. Different plan. Can we even open this jar? See what I mean is they seal, so these will last like a good 2 weeks if you don't open them. Okay. Yes, Liz. It happened. We'll try 2 different methods. Draconi, what are you doing? Get that water steaming hot. Steaming hot. Cook it up. Sounds good. Thanks for everything. Enjoy your game. What is this weird water bath contraption I used to cook the cheesecake? An immersion circulator. Let me get a link for you. And Elvin has the same one as I do. And they're actually having a Father's Day sale. The keyboard was dirty. Oh my god. Is it see-through? Well, the container is, but the machine, no. Okay. See how this works this time. I don't know. We really don't. This time I'll do a bowl. Do something different. Spank it. It didn't work. It's coming out. So much loss though. I'm not upset because I keep getting to eat that, but still. Doesn't come out as nice as I thought. So I would recommend, if you wanted to eat it in the jar, use a bigger jar. And that way you'll have room to plate stuff on top without it being really difficult to eat. Oh, the container is called a Cambro. And this is what we use in the kitchens. And they come in a lot of different sizes and they are great to use. Coat it with butter. You think it would help, Optrix? Oh, you're living in London? OX? 0X? can barely get celery unpackaged. I don't know, the West Coast is pretty magical. We have really mild weather, so stuff grows great here. Okay, let's do a strawberry cheesecake this time. Just garnished with the raspberries. And let's pick out our little meringue. Our little boop for Liz. And I think I'm just gonna put that right on top. Like that, to kind of hide it. Yeah, get a cam, bro. We will just put our strawberries around. Butter melts under hot water, but do you think it would stay on the outside and not just cook into the cheesecake? Yeah, sometimes you need that lubricant. Now our milk crumbs as well, which, you know what? I think I'm just gonna put them on the outside of the cheesecake. Doing something different again. I mean, it's great because you can stick stuff onto the cheesecake once it comes out of the jar like this. Now, a couple more chocolate pearls. They usually suggest butter with a powdered flour coating. Draw a face on it. Love it. I'll just put some of our chocolate pearls around the plate. If we want to, we can crumble up another meringue to kind of fill up the space. So that it drop in its crazy pieces like that. There's another different way. Okay, 3 minutes left now. Yes. Mini springform pans, those can be pretty expensive though, to buy them individually like that. If I use a different jar, one without an inward edge, buttered the inside, and then flash froze it for 10 minutes, maybe, yeah, engineering to the max. Actually, that was our timer. Okay, cool. Little blueberry cream. Oh, I'd only have frozen blueberries right now. They were like 10 bucks a pack at the store the other day. So I was like, I don't think it's worth it. Okay. That was our other cheesecake plating. Not very exciting. Not as exciting as the other one. But we're gonna pack this stuff up. And we're gonna get into cooking. Hopefully this inspired you guys a little bit while watching. Sometimes you just gotta spank the cheesecake. It's true, Shadow. Oh, yeah, whipped cream. That would be great. Would be good. Dessert prep. Cleaned up. Cheesecake plus whipped cream. Dirt nasty. Okay, I think we should check our sugo, try and take the bones out of it, and then return it to the stovetop and let it cool, or let it cook while we prep the rest of dinner. Mulan, hello, how are you? And this pot, now that it's coming up to a boil, we're just gonna turn it down. That way it can stay hot. I'm gonna put a towel on my board so I don't burn it. How's it going, Mulan? Oh, hello there, bubbling cauldron of deliciousness. I missed you. Thank you. I'm happy you're back. Okay. Get my compost container handy beside so we can just take the bones out. I know, but it is heavenly. So here's our pork shoulder steak, which the meat should just fall off. I'll get a fork to kind of help this situation. But you can see it is getting there. Just want to take the bones out so it's easier to prep after. And the smell of like the smoky salami, too good. Yay, Mulan! Well, just so you know, for this month in June, anyone that subs is entered into the giveaway to win one of my embroidered aprons with the Cook with Kate logo onto it. Then we're gonna do the draw on the 29th to see who wins. And it's only a draw for the subs. So you have pretty good chances of winning. So there's one bone, we have two more. So you have until the 29th to get that sub in if you so desire. Just thought I would let you know. Thanks for the follow, 0x800, and so on. Where are you, Bone? Okay, there's another one. We're fishing for bones. I feel like there should be one more. I found it. It's hiding underneath. This is a big one. Okay. Okie day. I get all the meat off this. We're not wasting anything. Be sure of that. And that is heavenly. So hopefully that will cook down a bunch more in the next 20 minutes or so. Now back to the stove top. We're gonna put our veg in. Oh, but since you're here, and everyone else that has come in new. So question of the day was, what is your favorite pasta type? Whether it's like noodles or shells or something. And what is your favorite sauce to eat with it? Okay. Quickly show the new people the asparagus as well that we dressed earlier. Yeah, pasta. Is ramen noodles pasta? No, it has to be like an Italian kind. So asparagus and tomatoes, just dressed with olive oil, salt, and pepper. And then after they're cooked, we will drizzle on some of this balsamic glaze that we previously made and some fresh chopped basil. Let's set an 8-minute timer to check those, and then we will rotate the trays as well. You like angel hair or capellini? Serve with just butter and a crazy amount of parm cheese, along with chicken marsala. Yum, but those are really good picks. No one else said that. Shrimp scampi with asparagus and tomatoes and capellini. That's a really good one. We actually did kind of a special like that once with the capellini, but we didn't have shrimp. So good. Getting out the pasta bowl as well. And then while we're waiting, we can chop up the basil for garnish. Pick the leaves off. Saddest basil ever. Like, it's not even green anymore. You don't like the thick stuff. Okay. This makes sense now. Thin spaghetti. Spaghettini with any red sauce. Clam or shellfish juice. Nice pick, guys. Mine is carbonara. With either spaghetti or bucatini. Sammy, what's yours?
What?
What's your favorite pasta, noodle, and sauce together? Love it, Optrix. Yeah, pizza or burgers? Optrix's response, fettuccine alfredo and sukiyaki. Love it. Mulan, tip in the $1. Thank you. A little bit always goes a long way. So thank you so much for that support. It is really appreciated. I will put that towards groceries. You also love radiatori. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Let me look it up real quick. Radiatori. Radiatori. Oh, yeah. I really like that one too. And it is quite hard to find. That's true. What's up, Soy? How are you? I think that spelling is right, but... Oh, it was always raw in the middle. Gross. Like, al dente, yes. But still, like, having crunch and starch. That's a hard no. Carbonara with any pasta. Yes, Shadow. I'm with you on that. I need to read the message. Okay. 1 second. Hello, you're amazing. I love you. And I'm so happy to be back on your channel. I get so calm by being in your stream and just watch you cook food and do your thing. Lots of hugs. What is my favorite dish? I would say homemade pasta or pizza. And have I tried Swedish food? No. Is that where you're from? Olive Garden has bomb breadsticks. Yeah. Breadsticks and salad dressing. You can't even handle the bread now, but I am sure. I believe that. You are in Sweden. Nice. Well, I would love to try out some Swedish recipes if you have access to any that you like. I am always down for that. So there's our basil for our veg. Pretty sad looking. The plant is slowly dying. Angel hair with shrimp scampi or scallops. Nice. Mama and butt with the similarities. And it's so close to yours too, Optrix. That's true. You're from Sweden too? Kebab pizza. I have never had that. That is so cool, Lidl. Kebab pizza. Are you guys serious? I love donair pizzas. That's what we call them here. That is the most popular food? I never would have guessed that. Do it up, Mulan. Oh, also, I guess I can post the link to our Discord if you want, Mulan, and join in there. That's where we post all of our recipes and food photos, really whatever. An egg noodle with stroganoff. That's what it is, Sammy? Really?
Yep.
You're not from Sweden, but you like Swedish fish. Oh, Liz. How good does this sauce look, though? I'd like the pork to break down a little bit more, which I think it will by the time we go to serve. And it's totally okay if it's chunky. And then once we put the veg back in to the oven after this round, there's about a minute left, we can cook the pasta and then toss it with the sauce. Everything's gonna come together super quick. About to go walk the dogs and vacuum. Okay, sounds good, but good luck with everything. Stay positive. You got this, girl. Just kill him with kindness. That's what I always do. If you have to do something for someone you don't like, just kill him with kindness. Food porn, yes. We do that. That's a thing. Do I like marzipan? What's marzipan? Never heard of it, Thunderstruck.
Marzipan?
No, you said marzipan. Do you mean marzipan? Because I know what that is, the almond paste. Yeah, when it makes you hungry when you see a dish. That's exactly it, Mulan. Okay, we got some sizzles. Oh, yeah. Okay, nothing too crazy happening in here yet. I think it's just starting to cook. It's turning a really lovely green color though. Nice and bright. So let's do another 8, I think. So if we look at these here, they're not super tender yet. So rotate the trays. Another 8 minutes and then we should be good. Hopefully there's a little bit of char. Yum.
Masapan. It's a cookie. He's right.
Masapan. I'm looking it up. Mazapan. Traditional Mexican candy made from peanuts? That sounds good. Never heard of it or had it before. Peanut sugar candy. I love peanuts, as you can see. Just acquired this massive jar of peanut butter. Okay, turning this up. Our pasta is going in. Sammy, can you do a boomerang for me real quick? Or are you stuck? He's stuck on the couch. You happen to see the Bailey's bottle. Have I tried Amarula? Never tried Amarula. There's so many new things that you guys are talking about.
I think we have tried it at Big Rock.
Amarula? I've had Amaretto. Is that what you mean? Because I really like Amaretto.
It has an elephant on the front.
Make you lunchboxes? I am in. $3.50 every month? That sounds pretty accurate. Okay. So we want to put the pasta in as quick as possible so none of it gets like overcooked. So just drop it in handfuls. And drop it away from you so that the water doesn't splash. Still might get you sometimes though. And then whatever extra semolina was stuck on the pasta, that's just gonna go to the bottom of the pot. So don't worry, it's not gonna dry out your pasta. I mean, we just spent the last hour waiting for the pasta to dry out. Okay, what's going on? Came across one of those online quizzes. Let me just stir the noodles first so that they don't stick. Might be the hardest cooking quiz you've ever taken. Are we ready? Yes. I'm not going to answer these. I want to see what you guys come up with. It's called Amarula. Okay, looking it up. Amarula. Cream liqueur from South Africa. Yum. Is it nutty? Have I ever thought of being a personal chef for a celebrity? Yes, but I don't know how I would get into that position. I feel like you gotta know a couple people first. But I'd be so down. 100%. I would cook for anyone as long as they appreciate the food that I serve. Let's just keep stirring our pots intermittently. Oh, I think I found another bone. In here. Oh, maybe not. Just a tougher piece that still has to get cooked down. If you ever go to an international supermarket, you might want to look for Ojin Gyo Tan Kong, aka peanut balls. Super addictive Korean snack. I feel like I had those in Thailand. They're like really crunchy. I believe I've had those before while I was in Asia. I wonder how much shipping is though, Mulan. Because I totally would. Sammy, you can't answer first. You have to wait for other people.
What are you sending though? So I'm just answering.
But you're a chef. But good job, Shadow. You're killing it. Okay, our pasta's floating. Let me take one out and try it. And then we will strain the water if it's done. Typically when it floats like this though, whether it's gnocchi or pasta, that's when you know it's done. It's actually not quite. Still a little tough in there. I am in Canada, Mulan. Very, very far west coast. So 30 more seconds-ish. And then those are good. They're a really nice al dente though. Yeah, oh no is right, Mulan. It's so far. Woo! Steam bomb. Okay, strain in the pasta. $85 shipping for something really tiny. That does not surprise me. So good. And they actually kept their shape. You can see that through the steam. They are like perfect little gnocchis. Okay, so now I brought the ladle out. We're just gonna ladle in some of the sauce. And I'll take out the smaller chunks of meat so that the bigger ones can continue to cook after the stream. So you can see the salami in there as well. And I will season the sauce when it's mixed with the pasta. But this is looking so good. You guys feeling this or what? I think that's good. And then let's take that pot off of the stovetop because it's gonna stay warm because the burner is still hot. Just gonna give that a little shaky shake. And then it's plating time. This is what we're looking at. A pot of deliciousness. Steve, bye. You love this channel, Lidl? Yes. Another person. I love that you found me. I'm just gonna turn this low. And then our asparagus. I'm gonna give this to Chef Mike for a couple seconds. To loosen it up a bit. Mulan, past your bedtime. So long ago. So the tomatoes got really nice and blistered. This looks so good. Nice and fresh. Whew. So that only took like 12 seconds. And now it's easily spoonable. Optrix, this is the best quiz ever. Maybe you have to do this for me on like Fridays. Keep you in your teacher groove. OMG, it's been a while. How are you? Am I gonna cook more or continue streaming? I'm wrapping up the stream for today. So if you just want to see how it's plated, and then we will be wrapping this up in the next, let's say, 10 minutes. So there's our balsamic on the asparagus. And next up, we're just gonna put some of the chopped basil over it as well. So the little bit of heat will bring out the oils in the herb and make it more fragrant. So that's that. Yeah, you're on standby, it's true. And this oven should definitely come off. Okay. So, pasta going into the plate. Let me just take a photo of it in the pot with the sugo. Wait a tick. We have to season it still. How could we even forget that? Let's give this a taste. It's actually seasoned quite nicely already. Probably only need like a teaspoon of salt. And if you want fresh cracked pepper, my legs look really trained. Well, I did used to do bodybuilding, but lately they've just been staying muscular by standing a lot and working on the farm. Try and stay active. I also do mountain biking. Okay, we're going in. Oh my goodness, this looks so good, guys. I don't even know if I'm ready for this. Like, seriously? And now, a mountain of cheese. A literal mountain of cheese is incoming. So here is our brick of Parmigiano Reggiano. Getting into it. Shadow and Sammy just killing it in chat. When you think it's enough cheese, it's not enough. Create a little mountain. This looks so good, guys. I'm gonna go take a quick photo. Simple food is always the best food. Holy Trist, I was wondering where you are. Well, you made it on time, man. Just plated up the pasta. Not even ready for this. Okay, we're going in. Piece of pasta, a little bit of the salami, a little piece of pork if we can, and some cheese. Oh my goodness. The seasoning is perfect. Okay, you're good? Okay, that is so good. It's like a little bit smoky from the salami, so that's a different taste a bit from a sugo, but I really like it. The pork is super tender. The pasta is cooked perfectly. It's not too mushy or too crunchy, let's say. And the cheese, both the saltiness and the creaminess is the perfect addition to this. I don't think it needs anything else. Pasta, sauce, cheese, that's all you really need. I am so excited to smash that. Pasta is my kryptonite. I'm sure you guys can tell that by just how excited I am right now. Snooze, thank you for the 50 biddies. He totally needs a hamburglar outfit. I would cook you food, Mulan. I totally would. I would make your lunches for surezies. But I wish we lived closer. I'm just gonna dress up the second pan of the asparagus. And then we'll do a little tasty taste, and that's it. Sammy said he wants a hamburglar outfit, I think. I think that's what he's yelling at me from upstairs. Tris, I am happy you're here too. It's so hot you just had to nap. Is the day good otherwise though? So our balsamic and basil. I think this will be a really nice accompaniment to our pasta. When did I make the balsamic? This is from a previous stream. I believe all it was two cups of balsamic maybe, and a tablespoon of honey, and you just reduce the vinegar until it's starting to get syrupy, stir in the honey, and that's it. It's so simple, Liz. Grimace from McDonald's would fit Sammy better. You're doing okay, Mulan. Okay, let us get just a little bite here, a little bit of everything. Some asparagus and tomato. It's super hot, so I just need to cool it off for a sec. It is so easy, Liz. Like, it's not worth paying the, what, $6 or $8 for it pre-made for you in the store. Mm-hmm. This tray of asparagus is a little bit overdone. To my preference, it's not super mushy, but I would like it to be more crunchy. I think the other tray will be perfect just because it was taken out of the oven a little bit sooner. The balsamic glaze is delicious on it with the tomatoes. You can't really go wrong with that, as well as the basil with everything else. So just a simple Italian side dish to go with pasta. And you could even put this into your pasta bowl and it would still taste really good. What? You got food poisoning, Trist? What is going on, man? I am sad for you. That is very, very unfortunate. I've never had that. So I'm thankful for that. Mulan, you had to stay up and watch. It's past your bedtime. Okay, we are just wrapping it up. I'm just looking at who else is on right now. Who do we feel like rating? I'm looking at Belly. Sushi Day is still on. You want to go see sushi? I think so. They're our favorites. So we're going to go into Sushi Day. We're going to rate them. So get your onions ready if you so have one to use in chat. Thanks for everything today, guys. Couple new subs, or should I say a few. We got some biddies. Buff is on the leaderboard now. Thank you for that, Buff. And that is it for today. So tomorrow, burgers and beer for Thirsty Thursday. Fresh ground patties, homemade potato roll buns. It's gonna be amazing. I can't stay online. I gotta go eat dins. I'm sorry. Okay, get your onions ready, everyone. Trist, I hope you feel better. And everyone else that's having tough times, sending you love. I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully. Have a wonderful day or night.